How does it feel for you knowing when you know something, when something is done? How do you carry yourself during the day? And what do you do? Do you, most of the time when we engage with manifesting, we just do our mental creations, we meditate, we do our visualizations, and then when the process is finished, we just go back to our old states and we still look for the answers. We still try to come up with some actions. Hopefully that actions will put us closer to our manifestations, and we go out, speak to other people, we ask, we search, we still carry on with the old momentum, the momentum of that person who doesn't have that manifestation, who doesn't have that knowing that it is done. When something is done, it is done. When something is done, we don't need to put any more effort in that area. What do we do most of the time when if you for sure know that you have the power to create your own reality, yet still have problems believing in the dreams and desires that you see with your mind's eye, then I can totally relate with you, because we cannot go beyond. Actually, we can, but it is not easy to go beyond our emotional beliefs, because this is where our neurological pathways or neurological networks are limited to, because it is hard for us to go into the unknown. We have harder times believing in the things that is beyond our known, which is our past, our, the experiences that we've accumulated, or the things that we see on the outside that's happening. But if we are courageous enough to manifest something, some kind of an improvement in our life, in any area of our life that we haven't experienced it before, that we haven't tasted it before, which means we're going after the unknown, which is a wonderful thing. But because our mind can only believe in the known and expect the known to repeat itself, that's why it might be harder to get into the unknown territory. It is harder for us to make ourselves believe in the things that we see with our mind's eyes, even though we know it on an intellectual level, that whatever I want to create, I can be, do, or have anything in my life. I have this power. Still, it might be harder to cultivate the knowing that whatever I see it with my mind's eyes will be my reality, will manifest in my life. It is a done deal. Still, it might be harder to tap into this knowing that yes, it is a done deal. So in this video, we're gonna discuss about this if you're facing with a similar challenge, and we will talk about how we can get to the unknown and how we can blissfully, and how we can easily also cultivate this knowing, even in the things that's in the unknown, even for the things that we haven't experienced it before. Hello, welcome to this space. Today we're talking about how we can comfortably soothe ourselves and pursue ourselves, believing in the unknown, believing in the craziest and biggest desires, our biggest manifestations, and the things that we can easily see it with our mind's eye, easily, visualize the things that we can, conjure up during our visualization process, but how we can take it even further into believing in them, like knowing that it is done, making it natural, not just like visualizing and seeing it like it's happening to someone else. It's seeing it with our mind's eyes and still like feeling that it is too good to be true, meaning that it's still on a pedestal. We are here and the things that we want to manifest is here. Or we see it, we feel it, but we just kind of see it like a movie, that it's happening to somebody else and it's someone else's story. But bringing this to a very solid place, that no matter how big it seems, and even if we don't know how we can get there, we can still make it like so believable, almost like tapping into this knowing that it is done. I know I might sound a little bit talking about something a bit intangible, but I must say that this is the real secret to making anything and everything that you want to manifest in your life being materialized in your physical reality. Believe you have received and you will receive. And it is hard because we are living in a three-dimensional world, and we have this vessel, our bodies, and we have this mind leading us in this three-dimensional world, and this mind is taking its cue from what happened in the past. This mind has a certain set of like knowing and referring it to a certain library, and in that library it only stores the known, the past experiences, meaning how far we have come already. Our past successes, success stories, our past failures are all stored in that library where our mind is referring to when we want to create something new in our life or want to bring an improvement to a certain circumstance or situation in our life. That is why, it's not as easy as just wanting to have an improvement, but it is hard for us to believe in that improvement, even though it is easy to see what kind of improvements that might look with our mind's eye, meaning during our visualization processes, but it might still be harder to cultivating that knowledge. It is done. It is done. That is why this is what Dr. Joe Dispenza mentions most of the time, that he says that you cannot get up as the same person that you were when you sat down. You can't get up as the same person you were when you sat down from your mental creations, aka from your meditation, from your meditations, from your mental creations, from your visualizations. We sit down in the morning or at night time with an intention that visualizing a certain circumstances or an improvement that we want to see happening in our life. And we have a certain state of being before we sit down. And when we open our eyes, we almost need to get into a totally different timeline, believing that what I have visualized is a done deal. This state is further than believing it, further than hoping it, further than being optimistic about it. This is a totally different state. That state is the knowing, believing that I have received. I believe that I have received so that I receive. So this knowingness, even though my physical senses deny it on my circumstances, my current reality, when I open up my eyes after my meditation, and I can't see it yet, the money is not there yet, or whatever you're looking for, still knowing that it is a done deal, that the 3D will catch up, because this is how the 3D works. We think about something and the three-dimensional world it requires a certain amount of time to catch up and to materialize the things that we're seeing with our mind's eyes, where we are vibrationally like creating. So getting to that state is the key, because I know many people at this moment, actually, there are a lot of people, and this knowledge is becoming more and more widespread these days, which is a good thing. Everybody talks about meditation, everybody talks about manifestation, everybody talks about visualization and all, but still the success levels, I know people get like here and there some results, that some positive signs, some synchronicities happening in their life, but still the number of people who get to their final result, who get to their final destination, to their, this is what I was exactly visualizing, or this is something even better than what I've asked for. The number of people who can confidently make these statements are still low. And what I found is it is because this knowing is lack in people's practices. And as I said in the beginning, going beyond your emotional beliefs, going beyond what your mind believes you're capable of achieving, it may not be an easy thing. It is easy because when you ask, it is given. But convincing your physical vessel, your mind and your body, and cultivating that emotions within yourself and feeling those feelings, even if you can feel those feelings, it might be harder to take it into the next level, which is like knowing that it is done. I know that it is done. I know that physical reality needs some time to catch up, but I know that it is a done deal. In no time, what I want to manifest will be in my life. This is not an easy thing to tap into. And one solution that I found that works for me is to find an answer to what does knowing really means for me. How does knowing makes me feel? When I know something, how does it feel? When I know that this phone will ring because my friend, he or she said that they're gonna call me in half an hour, and if I know and trust that friend, how would knowing feels? If I know that this phone will ring, how would I act? How would I feel? What would I think of in the meantime? Or think about the things. I don't want to get into the details of the examples, because we have all of us has unique circumstances and experiences, and our journeys are unique. So I just want to give some generalized examples so you can just take it and adjust it into your own circumstances. But think about when you know something, when you expect something, when you get home, you expect to see your husband. So when you get home, you expect to see your wife, you expect to see your the cat or the dog waiting for you by the door. When you expect to see something is gonna happen, how do you feel? How do you react? How do you carry yourself in those moments? When you are so confident with yourself and you know that no matter what, you're gonna pass this exam because you trust yourself for some reason. Maybe maybe it's the 100th times that you're taking that exam. Maybe you just did what you need to do, where you worked hard, so you trust yourself and you know that. How does it feel for you knowing, when you know something, when something is done? How do you carry yourself during a day? And what do? Do you most of the time when we engage with manifesting, we just do our mental creations, we meditate, we do our visualizations, and then when the process is finished, we just go back to our old states and we still look for the answers, we still try to come up with some actions. Hopefully that actions will put us closer to our manifestations, and we go out, speak to other people, we ask, we search, we still carry on with the old momentum, the momentum of that person who doesn't have that manifestation, who doesn't have that knowing that it is done. When something is done, it is done. When something is done, we don't need to put any more effort in that area. What do we do most of the time when something is done, finished, and it's there? We just don't put any more effort on that. Actually, we turn our direction, effort, and focus and intention towards other things in life when something is done and already there. So this is actually the knowing, expectancy, positive expectancy, high expectancy, knowing, believing that I have received, so that I receive those type of states that are all similar states, because they all, arises the similar feelings within ourselves. So when we can, through our own unique paths and through our own unique ways of almost pursuing ourselves to believe in that, it's totally unique. But what we need to do is to know through which path, it's totally up to you, but you need to make yourself believe. You need to make yourself, pursue yourself to knowing that it is done, and feeling that gratitude, feeling that gratefulness, feeling that naturalness, feeling that relief that it is done. It is done. And through repetition, we create new neural pathways on our mind. This is what Joe Dispenza mentions as well, like creating new neural pathways on our brain, so that a day before we didn't believe that it's going to happen, and the next day we have this neurological pathway in our brain that it makes us believe in that magic, even if it's still unseen, even if it's still unmanifested. We can still create something new in our brain, a different part of our brain that makes us conjure up the feelings, the similar feelings, how it would feel like if that manifestation were there. Because probably you know this, that doesn't matter, our brain, it's easier to trick our brain whether something is really happening in front of you or you are visualizing it happening. It doesn't matter for our body and for our mind. It believes that it believes that it's happening at this moment. Even if you're seeing the kids playing football outside your window, and if you feel like, oh, so nice, beautiful, if seeing them playing football just brings up some joyful emotions within yourself, that's there, and you close your eyes and you see kids playing football, and then you feel the similar feelings. So your body doesn't understand the differences, your mind doesn't understand the differences, because the feeling is there. The feeling is the common denominator. So this is the name of the game. And through practice and through repetition, we will create a space in our head that makes it possible to believe in the unknown, believe in the unbelievable, believe in the unmanifested, believe in the unseen. And all these visualizations and stuff are just tools, similar, simple tools, almost like multiplication, and it's just a tool, multiplication is just a tool in math. And by using that tool, you can solve almost endless number of problems by using multiplication. But you need to put this, theory into certain other theories, and together they all make a solution possible in a problem, in a given problem in math. So it's the same thing in our life. We face with lots of different things, and through these tools and through our own unique secrets, our own unique secret souls, meaning the way how we persuade ourselves and like make ourselves believe in the certain things through our own, unique secret souls that we add into that like fundamental tool, which is visualization, which is like some meditation and all. We get to a point of making ourselves believe in the unknown, believe in the unseen, and then create the life and create the improvements that we want to see happening in our lives. So if you like this video, and if somehow this video puts some missing pieces into its place in your journey and helped you in some way, helped you in shifting your perspective in some way, then I encourage you to go ahead and check my free 45 minutes coaching call offer, which is a limited time offer for only a couple of weeks. Probably it might even be shorter. I don't know. I'm not so sure. Still, so when it is there, I highly recommend you to go and check this offer. It's a totally free offer, and we can, in that 45 minutes, we can, take one burning desire of yours or something that you've been trying and you believe and think that you're so ready, so close to accomplishing it, but still you cannot understand what's holding you back, what's getting in your way. I can help you see that missing link in your own journey and help you with your unique circumstances, whatever you need help on urgently. And yeah, that's all. So I hope to see you on the other side of this link. You can schedule your free call. If not, I'll see you in the next video, and thank you very much, and talk to you soon. Bye bye.